because the deeper intelligence is constantly bringing us something that needs to be healed. The deeper intelligence, the universal intelligence, is constantly pulling you inwards to harmonize yourself, to harmonize with the deeper intelligence. And we have a lot of resistances, a lot of limitations, a lot of blockages. And they all are invitations to realign, to harmonize with the deeper intelligence, to flow one with life rather to resist life, not to separate as this and that, to flow as one with life, deeply, restfully. Instead of carrying a lot of content on the shoulders, instead of carrying all the heavy luggages on our shoulders, which give us stress and tensions, life says, take them off, put them here, because we are going together anyway. You see, the life always flows, and you can flow with it in harmony and beauty, or you can resist it, but it will still flow. But because of resistance comes suffering. That is the root of suffering, the resistance to what is, the resistance to life as it is, as it flows, as it changes all the time. But once we realign ourselves even with the constant changing with life, we find the full aliveness of life. And overcoming the change, we come to the place of fullness, to the place of fulfillment and deep restfulness. So therefore we become deeply restful, and at the same time we spontaneously react towards life. There is nobody within trying to control the change, trying to block the river, trying to change, manipulate somehow. At the very core, it's resistance, control, trying to do it your own way. It all comes at the very core from resistance to what is. It comes from the mind, from the ego, trying to fix something, trying to do something based on the previous knowledge. But if we become deeply present with life, then life itself will fix it forever. Because only presence knows how to fix things. The ego needs to surrender to the presence, to surrender the control and to fully merge with life, to slowly re-establish trust with life, because the ego says, but this is gonna hurt me, if I do that, I already know that in the past it was painful, and now I'm gonna protect myself, and I'm gonna do it my way, or be very cautious, be very careful not to do that again, So the ego is very smart, of how to protect itself. So the ego slowly needs to start trusting life, to start surrendering to life, but at the same time to gain wisdom about life. Because once it gains the wisdom of how things work, of how things are, then the ego starts trusting life, trusting the deep intelligence, because it starts feeling there's something deeper which actually really knows how to do that. So there comes trust and wisdom, understanding of how things work. So not only experience is required of deep presence, but also contemplation, to fully contemplate, understand, realize how things are, how things work. Then the ego surrenders, then the ego trusts. So it's becoming deeply restful, to becoming deeply restful with life, to become deeply restful with God, because God knows how to do things. God knows the perfect plan of everything. So we need to deeply realign ourselves with that intelligence to find the final place of resting, a final place beyond stress, beyond tensions, beyond resistances, beyond likes and dislikes, even beyond trying to fix things. Only deep, deep, deep restfulness. And to allow yourself to be deeply restful, because the mind will say, oh no, I have to do something, I need to fix something, and it will find the ways to engage itself. So the beauty is that we only need to become deeply present, deeply restful. There is nothing to do. There is actually more to undo. There are so many things to undo. What we have already done, what we already have inside, which needs to be undone, unlearned, uncontrolled. To flow as one, to be as one. To merge with the consciousness itself.